Welcome back to the channel. Picture yourself in a dense, humid jungle in the Philippines, 1945, where the echoes of gunfire and the smell of wet earth linger. For Hiroo Onoda, a dedicated Japanese soldier, this was not just a backdrop, but an enduring reality. When he received orders to hold his post, he could not have known the war would end without reaching him. He remained steadfast, gripping his rifle tightly, surrounded by towering trees, and battling not only the enemy, but the isolation that hung over him like a heavy mist. Onoda was not alone in his plight. Many Japanese soldiers were stationed on remote islands, cut off from communication and reality. However, while others surrendered or returned home, he held on to a deep conviction to continue the fight. He envisioned Japan as a nation still battling for its honor, and each rustle in the foliage fueled his resolve. With no news and only the whispers of the wind to guide him, he forged a path of loyalty amidst the uncertainty, facing a war that had become both a mission and a prison. As the years slipped by, transforming 1945 into the 1950s, Onoda and his comrades adapted to life in the unforgiving jungle. They became experts in guerrilla tactics, living off the land by hunting birds and wild boars, while foraging for edible plants. The taste of fresh game became their sustenance, yet with each passing month, the line between reality and delusion blurred. They clung to the hope that their efforts would one day be rewarded, even as the world outside continued to move on, leaving them behind in a time warp of their own making. As the decade wore on, Onoda witnessed the gradual loss of his fellow soldiers, either through skirmishes with locals or their eventual surrender. By 1950, he stood alone, a solitary figure among the towering trees, resolute and unwavering. To him, surrender symbolized betrayal, a failure to honor the sacrifice of his comrades. His mind was a battleground, caught in a fierce struggle between duty and the gnawing sense of isolation. He remained in the jungle, waiting for orders from a command that had long since ceased to exist, each day a reminder of his commitment to a lost cause. In 1954, the jungle echoed with the whispers of local residents who began noticing strange disturbances. Onoda's tactical raids and nocturnal forays into their villages created a sense of unease, prompting calls for a new approach to deal with the elusive soldier. Yet, he misinterpreted their actions as signs of an ongoing battle, convinced that the war raged on. The villagers, caught between fear and curiosity, became unwitting players in a drama of loyalty and misunderstanding, their lives disrupted by a soldier's undying commitment to a mission that had long ceased. In 1964, a pivotal moment arrived when Japanese hikers, unknowingly stepping into Onoda's world, stumbled upon his hideout. They implored him to understand that Japan had lost the war, their voices filled with urgency. Yet Onoda gritted his teeth in disbelief, perceiving their words as a ploy from enemy spies. The jungle, once his refuge, now felt like a trap, filled with shadows of doubt. The tension between them was palpable, a clash of realities, where one man's steadfastness met another's desperate plea for truth. The year 1972 marked a seismic shift. Japan, recognizing the need to bring Onoda home, sent a former commander to the jungle, tasked with delivering the news that the war was over. The meeting was charged with history, both men standing under the dense canopy, bearing the weight of their shared past. A televised message confirmed the end of hostilities, a moment that reverberated through time. Onoda's heart raced, caught in a tempest of emotions, anger, confusion, and profound sadness. Would he finally accept the truth that had eluded him for so long? Onoda found himself at a crossroads, torn between loyalty to his mission and the weariness that had settled into his bones after nearly 3 decades of fighting a war that had ended. The world outside had evolved, while he remained ensnared in a time capsule of his own making. The jungle had become his life, Yet the realization that he was fighting for a cause that no longer existed loomed large. As he grappled with this internal conflict, the question of identity became paramount. Who was he, if not a soldier? After extensive reflection and grappling with his past, Onoda ultimately surrendered peacefully in March 1974. Emerging from the thick jungle, he was a ghost of the man he once was, older and wearier, but resolute in his choice. The sunlight that bathed him felt foreign, yet it signified the end of his long ordeal. Surrounded by reporters and villagers who had gathered for this momentous occasion, he confronted the duality of triumph and sadness, embodying the complexities of loyalty and the consequences of prolonged conflict. His return to Japan sparked a whirlwind of reactions. Some hailed him as a hero, embodying the spirit of unwavering loyalty, while others questioned the necessity of such dedication to a cause long lost. The nation was divided, grappling with the implications of one man's choice to cling to a past that had been relinquished by everyone else. This dichotomy sparked a national conversation about duty, the human cost of war, and the nature of loyalty, forcing society to confront the implications of a soldier's solitary stand against reality. In the years that followed, Onoda's experiences became a global phenomenon, captivating audiences across continents. Documentaries and books chronicled his extraordinary tale, emphasizing the psychological and emotional ramifications of war on the human spirit. He evolved into an icon of loyalty, but his story also served as a cautionary tale about the perils of stubbornness in the face of reality. The world was eager to understand the man who had lived in the shadows for so long, and his narrative became a powerful lens through which to examine the complexities of conflict. Onoda's legacy is a tapestry of contradictions. After the war, he lived a long life, even moving to Brazil, where he opened a souvenir shop, surrounded by tourists curious about his past. His story prompts difficult questions about duty, loyalty, and the individual cost of war. As he navigated this new life, Onoda became a symbol of resilience, reminding us that one man's journey through the horrors of conflict can echo through time, shaping perceptions of loyalty and sacrifice in profound ways. Reflecting on Onoda's life, we see not just a soldier, but a man ensnared by circumstance, caught in a relentless struggle against the tides of time. His journey serves as a poignant reminder that the impacts of war extend far beyond the battlefield, often resonating in the hearts and minds of individuals long after the official end. Onoda's tale is a testament to the enduring human spirit, revealing the complex interplay between loyalty, duty, and the quest for peace. Hiroo Onoda's story is a haunting reminder of the complexities of loyalty and the human condition. It illustrates the phenomenon of being lost in time, a soldier trapped in his convictions, holding on to a war that had long since concluded. His life urges us to ponder the implications of unwavering dedication and the profound impact of conflict on the psyche, inviting us to reflect on what it truly means to find peace in a world that has moved on. What are your thoughts on Onoda's actions? Was his loyalty commendable or misguided? We invite you to share your views in the comments below. For more stories like this, subscribe and turn on notifications.